faith, friendship, fear, and fury. Kangula is one of those films that instantly grabs your attention because it's rooted atmosphere and spiritual mystery. After watching the trailer, many people compared it to Kantara. But after watching the film, I can clearly say this. Kangula takes a different route emotionally and narratively. Today, we'll talk about what works in the film, what doesn't, whether the climax delivers, and why the Maa Kali appearance becomes the biggest highlight of the movie. Welcome to Movie Mantra by Ashreet Shroff, where we don't just watch movies, we experience them. Before we jump into the review, let's talk numbers because box office collections often reflect audience connection. Kangula has been showing a surprisingly steady theatrical run in Odisha. According to the trade estimates, the film crossed approximately 1.2 crores India net and around 1.32 crores total gross from the release in the theaters. Now, these may not sound like massive national level numbers, but for a rooted Odia cultural thriller driven mainly by word of mouth, this is actually a very encouraging performance. This film is set in a village near Anugul where the villagers worship Maa Kali as Maa Kangula. And honestly, this cultural foundation becomes the soul of the film. The story revolves around two close friends, their emotional bond, and a murder mystery that slowly unfolds in the middle of rituals, faith, and fear. The film heavily incorporates Danda Nacha, thankfully it never feels artificial or decorative. It feels authentic. The biggest strength of Kangula is its atmosphere. The village setting, rituals, traditions, and local beliefs makes the world feel believable and immersive. The Danda Nacha portions were visually powerful. The drums, the crowd energy, the rituals, performance, and raw intensity added a spiritual depth to the film. At its core, the film is also about friendship. That emotional connections between the two friends keeps the audience interested throughout the story. The film feels stretched at times, but surprisingly, even with the pacing issues, it manages to keep you hooked because you constantly want answers. Now let's talk about the performances and technical aspects of the film. Sambit Acharya, who plays Rajan, delivers a sincere and emotionally grounded performance. Each scene involving friendship, fear, and emotional conflict work quite well. Surmai Mahapatro as a Purnima brings a calm screen presence to the film, while Abhishek Giri adds emotional support in the role of Kuna. The supporting cast including Susandas Mahapatro, Sritam Das, Pupindra Riaz, Navaprit Arora, Padyumna Lenka, and Tushar Kant Acharya help maintain the village atmosphere and emotional tone of the story. One technical aspect that deserves special appearance is the background score by Navjot Ponda. The music significantly enhanced the spiritual tension and elevates the Maa Kali sequence. Director Ashwin Tripathi clearly has a strong vision of creating a cultural rooted spiritual mystery rather than just another commercial thriller. Okay. Spoiler warning. Let's talk about the biggest moment in the film, the appearance of Maa Kali. That scene completely changes the theatrical atmosphere because the film spends so much time building the faith, spiritual tension. The climax finally feels emotional earned. The sound design, visuals, and intensity of that sequence becomes the film's biggest payoff. Kangula is not a perfect film. Pacing problems, some portions, especially in the middle, feels unnecessarily long. Editing could have been sharper. The film could easily be tighter by trimming a few scenes. Uneven performance. Some performances stand out while a few feel overdone. The comparison with Kantara is understandable because the rural spiritual setup. But once the story unfolds, Kangula clearly tries to tell its own story with its own cultural identity. So here is my honest feeling. After watching Kangula, this is not a flawless film. The pricing drags in several places. Some scenes could have been trimmed and few performances feels uneven. But despite all of that, the film feels sincere. and that sincerity becomes its biggest strength. You can feel that the filmmakers genuinely wanted to tell a story deeply connected to Odisha's culture, spirituality, and folk traditions instead of blindly chasing a pan India formula. The use of Maa Kali devotion, Danda Nacha, village beliefs, and emotional friendships gives the film its own identity. And it's that's why even when the movie slows down, it still keeps you emotionally invested. Was it perfect? No. Was it memorable? Absolutely. My ratings goes 4 stars or 3.8 out of 5. So have you watched Kangula yet? And did the Maa Kali climax sequence works for you? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe to Movie Mantra by Ashreet Shroff, where movies are not just reviewed, they are experienced. This is Shroff. See you in the next video.